Hey guys, welcome to Elizabeth's Atelier. This is the first video that I'm filming for this channel. I'm trying to be consistent. So in this video, I wanted to show off my little art book collection. It is humble, but it is also great and I love it. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I have like 3 different sections. I have the art of books, and then I have a few kids books, and then I have some more like practical books. So let's get into it. First one I'm gonna do is my biggest section, which is the art of. So first one is the art of Frozen. So Disney makes a ton of art books for their movies. I used to have a few other ones, but I don't have them anymore and it's really upsetting. So I got this one and I actually just started looking through it today because like I've had it for months and I just forgot I had it. But it's hard for me to open it. Basically they just go through like all the different the processes for like creating all the characters and the environments and the backgrounds of it, and it's really cool. And like seeing or like reading about how they went from like the original Hans Christian Andersen story, The Snow Queen, into Frozen, and the animation behind it, all the ideas that went into like the details, and they do this for a bunch of different movies, like I said. So I have Frozen, and then I also have The Art of Big Hero 6, which is another one of my favorite movies of them from Disney. Like they're more recent-ish movies. I love San Francisco and the environment of it. I think they did an amazing job. So these are my favorites. I used to have The Art of Moana too, but I unfortunately don't have that one anymore. I'm not sure what happened, but it's not in my possession anymore. Those are my 2 Disney books. All the rest are artists I found on Instagram actually. So first one is The Art of Pernille Oram. If you're on Instagram, you're an Instagram artist or whatever, I'm sure you know who she is. She's like one of the goats. And I love her art. It's so simplistic and colorful, and yet it just portrays so much personality, and like I just love her art. It's so nice. I love looking at this and like just seeing how different people draw things, you know? So yeah, I just have one of hers. I know she has a few other ones. Next one is The Art of Fifo. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but once again, another artist on Instagram. She has a very different personality style from Pernille. A little bit more dark and whimsical, I would say. Very creative, like oyster mushroom life cycle. And yeah, I really enjoy looking through this. And then she also talks about watercolor and like bottled ink, which I actually started experimenting with because of her, because she had like a little tutorial on how to use it. So yeah, I just love her art. I love all different kinds of art. So like I'll go from like Disney and like their cute little characters into like her more interesting style. So yeah, that's The Art of People. Alright, next one is honestly one of my all-time favorites, Wayfinder by Greta Lesky. She is a huge inspiration to my art style, and if you look at my art, especially like within like the more recent like months, it really does. You can see the inspiration, I feel like, from hers. I love how her line art's like messy a lot of the time, and like her sketchbooks are just, you know, a lot going on. It really kind of invited me to be a little bit more loose and messy with my line art. Because before that, I kind of thought like it has to be perfect, it has to be straight, it has to be, you know, whatever. Like it has to be like stiff and uniform. Which I also like that art style as well, but hers is just so messy and free, and I love it, and I love how it looks. It just inspires me to be like, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, you don't have to stress about what you're drawing. Like, it's gonna look great if you just let go, and that's why I love her art so much. And then, of course, like, just look at that. Like, I love it. So yeah, I even have like tabs in there because like I'll go back and like look at things, and like, yeah, I'm not like trying to copy her art, you know, but like just kind of like using it as a foothold. Like if I'm not sure how to draw something in a, like take something from real life and make it like cartoonish, like I'll look at hers and just be like, okay, how does she do it, you know? Okay, my next one is Window to Worlds by Devin L. Kurtz. And I actually have another one for books. I have the Bakery Dragon, which I'll show you later. But yeah, I love her art as well. Like her whimsical, combining realism with fantasy, you know, like, and like just the imagination that her art invites, like just imagining like being either in this enormous aquarium or living underwater, and like there's just giant fish that just swim by your window, like just imagining what that would be like it just looks so amazing. Like those sharks, like so good. I love promoting other artists, so that's why we're doing this. All right, next one. Literally, I think the first artist I ever followed on Instagram way back in high school, like, I don't know, probably 15 years ago or something. I don't even know. 14 years ago, like 2013-ish. Like when Instagram first started getting momentum, you know? And that is Laia Lopez. I love her art. I love her art style. I love, like, ever since, like, back then, like, when she was still, like, doing, like, sketchbook stuff, like, I just was enthralled by her art. And this is her first one, Gleaming. And honestly, in some ways, I feel like I like this style better. Like, I love her art style now. But I don't know, there's just something about the way that she like drew the characters before, like, that I really connect with and like find inspiration in. I do a lot of like K-pop and stuff, and like her more fantasy stuff. So yeah, and I love like seeing, like, once again, how people do things. And then I have her second book, Iridescent, which I love how this one's done too, because it's like color schemes. So she did a different, oh, it's like a story. So, and it's in, I think it's Castilian or like Spanish, and then English as well. So yeah, there's like a story behind this book, which I think is really cool. And then like each color has a different character. And then it's just like collections of her art, but like with the color scheme in mind. So like there's some fan art. Yeah, and it goes through the whole rainbow. I love it. So pretty. I can stare at it all day. Okay, so those are all of my art of books. My next ones, actually no, just kidding, I lied. I have a few more, but they're like under the stack. So we're gonna pause and then we're gonna go back to art of. My next one is Cartoon Animation by Preston Blair. So Preston Blair is one of like the OG Disney animators, like, and you can just tell by his style, it's very iconic. Like, I don't know if you can see. But yeah, it's just like that typical like Disney cartoon style. It's like very technical, like how he like breaks down like how to do the characters, line of action, the shapes of them, you know, like even just like head stuff. Like it's very, very helpful if you're into animation and even just improving movement and like studying like movement and, you know, like just how to do like different animals. Yeah, it's a really good book for stuff like that. My next book is one of the books I got when I went to Japan 2 years ago. And it's all in Japanese, so I can't read it because I unfortunately can't read Japanese, or don't read it at the moment. But it's basically just an anatomy book, kind of like the animated one, but like more for realistic, like human focused. And it's very, very detailed. Like the artist, once again, I can't read it, but that's the artist. If anyone can read Japanese. But yeah, he like literally goes into everything. And I feel like Japan has like some of the best animation ever. Like it's a great book. Like even if you can't read it, like you can still just look at the pictures, and I've practiced a lot of these poses. They go into perspective and like all types of movement, and it's amazing. Like literally just going through like copying down the practice pictures and whatnot, like it's so great. And once again, you don't even need to like be able to read it, like just studying the pictures. I don't even remember where I got it. It was some stationary art shop store. I think it was in Shibuya, I think. Okay, my next one, it's not actually like a how-to really, it's the Field Guide to Witches, also by 3D Total Publishing, who, I actually have quite a few books from them. Most of the Art of ones are from 3D Total, and then I also have Character Design Quarterly. But yeah, this was a field guide, so basically it's 20 different witches slash goddesses from like different places around the world, and each one was done and researched by a different artist, and it's just compiled into this guy. So you learn a little bit about like the backstory of each of these witches slash goddesses, and then the artist kind of walks through their creative process for like how they created their interpretation of each assigned witch. And then you just get to see how they interpret like a story into a character. So I really like this a lot. It's definitely more of a Halloween book for me, but yeah, it's just if you love mythology and just like character design, like you don't even have to be an artist, but like to enjoy this. But my last little 3 art books, like the art of, they're all Studio Ghibli books. So once again, I was in Japan 2 years ago, so I took that opportunity to get some Japanese books. So I got 2 Studio Ghibli ones. I got The Artist Spirited Away and Ponyo. So with these, I love them. Of course, they are written in Japanese, so I can't read it. But once again, I just love looking at like the storyboards and the sketches, like the early sketches of the characters and the worlds, and like the watercolor pictures are just amazing. Yeah, like look at that. Like look at all of that. Also Spirited Away, which, you know, honestly, like some of the best. I love Spirited Away. It's so good. And then I actually got at Powell's bookstore in Portland, Oregon, I found an English edition of My Neighbor Totoro, so I can actually read it. And yeah, once again, same stuff, like just all of the art, all the storyboards, all the sketches that went into making this movie. And then with this one, I like how I can read the backstories and the footnotes, because in the other ones I can't. And I need to learn how to read Japanese. I can speak a little bit of it, but I can't read it very well. Last little pile here, and then we'll be done. Okay, and that is my kids' books, and then also my character design quarterly. So it's a magazine. It's a pretty thick magazine though, also from 3D Total Publishing. So these are great for character design. But yeah, they feature different artists in each issue. And then they have a cover artist like Grotto Lusky, and then Sims art, and then Maxine V. But yeah, they have a whole collection of artists in each issue who basically just break down their own methods of character design, and it's interesting seeing other people's workflow and like getting ideas from it, and like how much effort goes into actually creating characters. So yeah, it takes me a little bit to get through them, so like even though they only come out 4 times a year, like it's a good amount to read, so within those months that you're like waiting for the next one. So I highly recommend Character Design Quarterly if you're into character design or just art in general. And then also the covers are just super pretty. So yeah. Alright, my next little collection is just 3. These kids books that I really like, that caught my eye, or like this one. My 2nd grade teacher actually was obsessed with this book, so she read it to us and like called us the Wild Things, and it was fun. So, and then also like the art is just amazing and classic, all done by hand too. I love just staring at it, you know? It's just, so good. And then, like I said earlier, I have The Bakery Dragon by Devin L. Kurtz. Once again, love her art, and Ember is so cute, and it's like on my list to write an illustrated kids book at some point, because like it just looks so fun. I don't know when that'll happen, but it's on my list. I have like no inspiration like for a story in my mind for one, so that's why it's on the back burner. But okay, and this last one I got pretty recently because I work at a bookstore, so and I just saw this one and I was like, ooh, I must have it. It's the Tokyo Night Parade, because like the art, once again, the art, we're here for the art. Like, look at how magical, like these pages. I love purple. It's like my favorite color to work with, because it just, I feel like it, I don't know, it has like a feeling to it that I just can't exactly describe, but it's just so, like, look at these spreads, they're amazing. So I love having a few kids books around to just like stare at the artwork. All right, so that is my art book collection of 2026. It's grown a lot the last couple years, so yeah, I'm pretty content with it. I love having reference and like things I can just reach for to look at something rather than having to look it up online. Well, thanks for watching, and if you like it, please subscribe. Let me know what art books you have that you love, and which one of these, if you have any of them, let me know. Just connect. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.